It's hard to find anyone who hasn't heard the story of the Long Island Lolita. Amy Fisher was just a teenager when she had an affair with a married man. But what happened next was like a made-for-TV movie. Mary Jo Buttafuoco answered her door on May 19th, 1992, and was confronted by her husband's young lover. It was the meeting that changed all of their lives.
I know what I have with this man. It is worth continuing on with. And that's the bottom line.
I love you.
I love you too.
I really do.
Even after getting shot in the face at point-blank range by her husband's mistress, Mary Jo Buttafuoco stood by her man and vilified Amy Fisher, who was just 17 years old.
Amy Fisher, the reason I'm here today, she's not worth it. It's been a long day. She's really not worth it to me.
The so-called Long Island Lolita spent 7 years in jail for the shooting. Joey was indicted on felony charges of rape and sodomy and served 6 months in prison. But Mary Jo remained a faithful wife.
You seem to be pressing me to say, yes, I know he had an affair and I don't care. No, I said it. End of story.
The Buttafuocos moved to California only to get divorced after 23 years of marriage. Mary Jo has since forgiven Amy Fisher. She was released from prison in 1999. Amy is now a wife and a mother. She's since written her own book and put the past behind her.
You picked up a gun and shot somebody in the head.
Believe me, I didn't sit up at night thinking about that. That was put into my head. You know, like I said, by a man twice my age.
Mary Jo Buttafuoco is here with her new book. It's called Getting It Through My Thick Skull, Why I Stayed, What I Learned, and What Millions of People Involved with Sociopaths Need to Know. So nice to see you, Mary Jo.
Thanks for bringing that up. That was terrific way to start my day.
I'm sorry. So wait, a bullet wasn't enough to get it through your thick skull?
No, apparently not. Apparently not. Because, as I write in my new book, I realize now that I was involved with a sociopath.
When did you have that aha moment, like, oh my goodness, now I understand what was going on here?
2 years ago, in a conversation with my son, we were talking about Joey and Amy's latest escapade, which was they were out here in Manhattan and they went out to dinner and they were kissing and it was all over the Post and it was all over Entertainment Tonight. And I was like, why does he do this? I just couldn't get it. And Paul said, Mom, he's a sociopath. He'll never get it and he'll never change. And I thought that word conjured up crazy Charlie Manson. I just didn't wrap my head around it. But it disturbed me. So that night, I went to the computer, I put in the word sociopathic tendencies, and this list came up, and the more I read, my skin, the hair on the back of my neck crawled up, and I said, oh my God, this is what I've been living with all of my life.
I noticed during our little story that you were cringing after some of the interviews that you did where you stood by Joey Buttafuoco. Why cringing?
Well, I'm cringing because, at the time, I believed him. He swore to me, swore to our family, swore to our friends.
You really believed him? Because a woman is very intuitive.
Did I tell you the name of my book is Getting It Through My Skull?
I got you now. Okay.
No, but in this case, you have a young girl who came to my house, pointed a gun at my head, and pulled the trigger. This is not a stable woman to begin with. So when Joe would say to me, she was just a customer, she's obsessed with me, she's crazy, it was true. It was true. He said I had nothing to do with her sexually. I fixed her car. I knew her. And that was his story, and he was sticking to it no matter what.
And you bought it.
I bought it.
Do you still think of Amy Fisher?
I do.
In what way?
I'm not happy with the path that she's taken in life. I think it's very sad. She's got 3 children, and to be a XXX rated porno star and a pole dancer is not the best route to go, I don't think, in life when you have kids.
How are you feeling these days? You know, the front of your book, we mentioned it before, you have this glamorous shot of you on the front, but then on the back, there is the shot of you in the hospital. Is that the hospital bed or your home?
That is in the hospital, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's it. That hole was the bullet hole, and that's where I was shot. I did that to show the contrast. Like, you all go, oh, look, doesn't she look great and everything. But in that book is the journey that I went through, and my addiction to pain pills, and my getting out of that, and the forgiveness, and stories. There is stories in there about Joe and mine relationship, with the awareness of now understanding that I was married to a sociopath.
Are you feeling good? You still have the bullet in your head?
Yes, I do. I do. Yeah, I mean, I'm paralyzed on the right side of my face. I have nerve damage. I have no hearing in my right ear. There's permanent injury. My esophagus is partially paralyzed. But all in all, you know, I can talk to you and I can sit here and move my hands and legs, and to me that was the greatest gift of all.
Well, it seems like you're doing all right. I met your fiancé, Stu.
Yes.
Is he a younger man?
Yes, he is, by 3 years. I'm a cougar.
So do you think you're going to get married, or you're just going to stay engaged?
We've been together for 7 years, and yes, I'm sure we will. It's just something I guess it's not on the top of the priority list. We're past the children's stage and all that stuff. But yes, we do plan on getting married eventually.
So what do you hope is the message that people get from your book?
I want people to be able to read this and say, listen, if she could make it through this, I can make it through anything. Everybody has something going on in their life. And I want to inspire people that whatever happens to them in life, that they can pick themselves up and be stronger and better for it.
Mary Jo Buttafuoco, nice to see you again. Come back to New York. What are you doing living in California?
I hear you.
I mean, come on.
I miss it. I miss it. I love New York.
But you like California because?
I have a little more anonymity there and a little bit more of a quieter life. After this, who knows?
Right.
But
obviously, you don't want the quieter life anymore, Mary Jo.
Now it's on my terms, not on the terms that had happened to me.
Well, nice to see you. Good luck to you and your family.
So much.
And it was nice meeting Stu.
Thanks.
Cute.